Hello there, welcome back to another Christmas set review, and today we'll be looking at the Harry Potter Ravenclaw banner, which is my first house banner. I didn't even pick up any of the books when they were doing them a few years ago, and this is now a retired set, though whilst you will not find it on lego.com, it retired New Year's Eve last year. This is likely still to be sold in a few other retailers near you because it's only just retired. It takes a few weeks for them to just sell out the last of the stock. So if you did want to find this set, do have a look, because once they're sold out, Lego will not be making any more. But let's get into this. It's a great set, and it is actually a Harry Potter 2-in-1, which isn't too common. Now, before we get to the set, I am recording this a bit later, as you might notice something's missing from one of the minifigures. My Luna Lovegood minifigure didn't come with her torso. Accidents happen, I do understand, but the weird part about this is I got this 2x4 grey tile instead, which is definitely odd considering this piece isn't meant to come in the set at all. It's not an extra piece I've been given to sort of account for it. It's just the completely wrong piece. So if you have got a set that's meant to have this tile and got my Luna Love torso instead, do let me know in the comments. The odds of finding the person are insane, but I guess they must have swapped around a piece and put a piece in the wrong bag. It's not like it's human error. These aren't machines that we're working with here, so it's not exactly something we can break down. But we do have this, I think it's Michael Corner minifigure, which definitely looks like Loki. We also have Cho Chang, which if we take a closer look, you can definitely see what I mean with the resemblance to Loki. Perhaps a different head and black hair, but on the box art, the hair is so dark, it looks like Loki from the Loki series. I suppose somewhat of a different jacket, but I might end up just using this for a custom Loki because there's not really much I'll have to do. And as for Cho Chang, she is wearing the Ravenclaw jumper, which is quite a nice piece. I don't know if we've seen this before. It does look fairly new. If we have, it's probably some updated printing, but both great minifigures. And we also get a trans blue, very glittery pixie, which I think is a new sort of colour for it. I don't remember the last pixies we got being so glittery. I think they were just in a trans light blue, so it's very nice to have got a pixie. And of course, Luna Lovegood, whose torso did actually arrive today in this bag. And you can see I've got another bag from Lego, which I use to store all my bigger bricks, usually off the pick-a-brick wall, which I don't think I'll really be getting anymore. But as you can see, the Luna Lovegood minifigure does have a fairly unique uniform on, because we seem to be getting a load of different uniforms. Again, you've got the back printing with the hood, which I've only just noticed. Of course, I've only just ended up with the minifigure, but they don't really show you images of the backs of all the torsos. So it's very nice you're getting the hood. It's covered by the hair, but Luna Lovegood is quite a common character. You can mix and match some of the faces and the hairs to come up with your own students. Even for Luna and Cho, if you just switch the hairs, they are completely different characters. Probably not the best minifigures to do it with, but they are completely different students. But either way, I definitely think this torso suits her a bit more than this tile. But now let's take a look at the set. Now, as we can see, it's a bit of a plain set for Lego. It's just a banner, or is it? But we'll get to the inside in a second. From the outside, it does look actually really cool. There's some interesting tile pieces here. I am a big fan of whatever you'd call these. They're sort of curved on two corners. It's sort of a 2x2 with two corners, sort of taken a bite out of them, but I really like them because they match up so well with all of the other tiles and create this nice pattern on the front. And we do have this Ravenclaw emblem, which is a massive 6x8 rounded tile. You can see on the back, this is all one piece, and it's actually a shiny metallic silver, sort of like a gunmetal colour, moulded underneath this amazing printing, which you'd think they'd do the other way around. They'd make the piece this bluish colour and just print the Raven on, but it's probably cheaper to make a metallic piece than it is for some metallic printing, and also means that the metallic isn't going to wear down over time. Well, at least only as much as the piece behind it. So It's a really cool piece. You can see it's very reflective in the light. I really do like the fact they've printed on the blue because it also gives this little rim around the edge, which of course they could have printed on if they wanted to, but it's been done on purpose to give a nice border to this emblem. And this just clips right on the front here. It's actually only on the left piece, and it's one of the easiest ways to open the banner. But just taking a look at the back, this is going to be against the wall. You do get this clip piece here, which, yes, is the same piece as the Ninjago toilet. I keep calling it the toilet clip because it does look like a toilet bowl if you've got it this way round. But that is what you use to pin it to the wall, and when it is hooked on the wall, this looks really nice, not only in your usual Harry Potter displays, but even if this isn't your house, you could buy all 4 of these on sale as they are currently on clearance. Hang them next to each other and just look really good together. If you didn't want the interior, it's going to be a much cheaper way to just order the parts off Bricklink. These giant pieces on the front will set you back a pretty penny or two, but all you need are then these plates behind it with the tiles on the front. You don't need to worry about the rest of the set. So if you did want it, I'm sure they're already up on Bricklink and selling for so much, especially with the sets retired. People getting this 4 parts pack. It isn't a bad parts pack, but so many people won't be wanting these that they're probably going to be slightly cheaper on Bricklink. And once you open it up, as you can see, Ravenclaw's common room, it does look really cool. Even as I said, it's very similar to the books, how it works. The only difference I can think of is this giant screen behind it. Now, what this is it creates sort of 3D images. There's 2 images here, as you can see in the camera. Down at the bottom right is probably the easiest way to tell. You can see the curtains are open and then suddenly they are gone. It's a very good technique. And I can actually show you how it works by representing the image here in these slopes. So as you can see, there are clearly 2 images on this piece of card, and there are 2 different colors of slopes, well technically 3, but you've got the 2 shades of yellow on the left and the blue on the right, and all that happens is from one angle it looks yellow and from the other angle it looks blue. And yes, we can see both from this angle, but there are certain ways of holding it where you can see both. They're just on a much smaller scale than these slopes, so it's not as noticeable as they blend across. It's a bit like a transition in a film. It's usually turned quite quickly, so from the 2 different angles you don't notice that you're actually seeing the same design. And perhaps that needs a mock of its own, as there is so many things you can design with cheese slopes that would look really cool paired up together. But the common room looks really cool. Now what you have is a few chairs that clip out from the bottom. You would have seen them in its banner form. You also have these sort of giant bulbs, these lights, which are really cool. As I said, this does make quite a decent parts pack, as you get these giant spheres, which I haven't really seen anywhere else. Now, I'm not quite sure if they're too common with Harry Potter, but they do make some very nice pieces. You also have Lady Ravenclaw's diadem, which would have been really cool if we got some sort of, if not exclusive element, at least some printing on this crown. It's not an easy piece to print on, but much like Gryffindor's sword with the giant red gem in the handle, it would have been nice to have got an exclusive piece though for the size of the set. And I think it was only like a £20, £30 set. It would have definitely driven up the price with the more exclusive pieces. We also have this book here, which is more of just a general Hogwarts book. You've got the Hogwarts crest on the front, and again, it does clip off. It's some sort of play and display feature, but not really as impressive as some of the other builds. You can really turn this into a common room and have the couches around the fire. You've got some lights lighting up the room as well as the fireplace. In fact, I haven't even shown you the fireplace. So what you can see is the windows and the fireplace do actually show the image behind, but the curtain is covered up. But that means when you move it, you can sort of see the windows move with your vision. So that is very nice, and the fireplace does somewhat crackle if you are rotating it. So ignore the lights on the top of the model, focus on the fire, and you can see it is sort of crackling as you look around. It's really cool that they've included that rather than just some sticker pieces, but I am really intrigued as to why they've covered up this little secret down here, because this corner truly is, as it says right there, lost to the model. And again, there are some really cool designs here. I might have to mock this out to try and reveal more of this, because so much is hidden and it does look really cool. Perhaps this is the more accurate common room, or even another part of a different model, because you could make a little mock and just include this as its own wall and it would look really cool. Now, this is sort of a flimsy piece of plastic. It is plastic, but it's very, very thin. So this could even be a photo in its own right if you didn't want to build the set. But the set is really cool, and one of the best things about the set, obviously, everything clips back to where I unclipped it from. The lights go in here, and it's all pretty easy to clip in and out. I guess these are some desks that fold down here with some more little books in the corner. But once you are finished playing with the model, there's no need to store it on the top of your wardrobe as I used to do as a kid, or find somewhere to stack it on a few of your other sets, because you fold up the bottom and turn it back into the banner, and now you can hang it on your wall. It's a nice display piece when you're not playing with it. And of course, I think the better way of displaying this, especially for all the pieces, is in its common room form. But if you do not have the space, it's a great set, perhaps for a young one to play with occasionally and to display on the bedroom wall just like so. It really is a nice build, and as I said, you can have the other three displayed next to it if they are a fan of just general Harry Potter. But I really am a big fan of the set. Realistically, if you only want to buy your house, I can see a load of people picking up two of these sets, having one in banner form and one displayed just like so, because it is a really nice set. And if you can get it on that sale price of 20 quid, even lower, 15 quid, it's a steal for so many bricks, especially with that giant brick on the front. So hopefully I've helped you make up your decision of whether you want this set, or perhaps you just wanted to see what you were missing out on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did, and subscribe for more reviews coming very, very soon. Until then, may the bricks be with you, always.